Jamaican Africans didn't create that problem, but they're responsible for the solution. Nigerian Africans didn't create their problems, but they're responsible for the solutions. Our African brothers and sisters in Brazil didn't create their problems, but they're responsible for the solution. Our African brothers and sisters in Suriname, they didn't create their problems, but they're responsible for the solution. Trinidad and Tobago didn't create their problems, but they're responsible for the solution. Pennsylvania Africans and New York Africans and Texas Africans and Chicago Africans and Atlanta Africans and Miami Africans, Minneapolis Africans and Omaha, Nebraska Africans, we didn't create the problems that we live in, but we're responsible for the solutions. Do not understand me. When I say we're not responsible for the problem, I am not saying we are not responsible for the solution. When I say we are not responsible for the problem, I am not saying we are not responsible for the solution.
And so, what are the solutions? Is what I want to add to that. Now that we got it clear that we did not cause the problems, yet we are responsible for the solutions. What are the solutions? And in my opinion, it's very simple, and that's to reclaim our independence. Um, any solution that involves working within that system made by the white people, or any solution involve operating within the matrix that they created, is not a good solution in my opinion. We have to separate and restart from scratch. Get our own land, start our own communities, fight for what was taken from us, fight for what is owed to us. They took our land. You got billionaires buying it all up because they don't want you to utilize it to reclaim your independence. So we should be fighting to get that, because it is owed to us. We deserve it. It's rightfully ours, right? Everybody living on this land have the right to live off of the land. There shouldn't be anybody with a bunch of money telling us we can't because they took claim with money that they took by oppressing and destroying people. So that is the solution, man. You have to separate from this system, start communities, because it's like, even with Dr. Umar's school, right? It's a great idea. I respect it. But I don't see it helping the people that actually need the help in the community. I see it helping the children of, for the most part, the people that sold the community out, the people with money. I see it helping the people with money because you need money to go to that school, right? But who's helping the kids of the parents who are victims of the street violence, the war on drugs, families that were destroyed by by these by this system, right? Who's gonna help those kids? Because those kids are still struggling. They can't afford to go to a Dr. Umar school. Only way to help them is to give them what was taken from them, and that's a community. That's a healthy community. People that care about them, and putting them in a healthier environment. And the only way we're gonna do that is by buying our own land, growing our own food, reclaiming our independence. If you're tied in with this matrix, if you're tied in with this matrix, they're always going to be able to weaponize that against you because that's their system that they design to benefit them and nobody else. Like I said, like a lot of respect for what Dr. Umar Johnson is doing, but I do not believe that school is the answer to all the problems, right? I believe it will help. It creates a transition for a lot of the people that sold their community out. It provides a way for them to get back in. And because they're the ones in a position of to do so, right? To take advantage of that school. But when it comes to those kids who lost their families to gun violence or gang violence or drugs, all this stuff pumped into the community on purpose by the enemy of the community. All these those kids need what was taken from them, and that's people that care about them.